Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this live broadcast on Alliance in Motion Global. My name is Masagana Sethaimkwei. I am an entrepreneur with Alliance in Motion Global. I'm going to speak this morning about 7 prerequisites for AIM Global success. AIM Global has produced some of the amazing and fantastic success stories of everyday people in network marketing who went from modest or even poor beginnings to earning more money in a month than most people earn in a whole year. These stories range from tricycle drivers, housewives, street hawkers, taxi drivers, teachers, and many other people who had very humble or poor background. In 2014, the Asian Networkers Convention and Expo awarded one of such distributors of AIM Global called Mr. Ryan Riccardi for having the most inspiring story in network marketing in the whole of Asia. He joined Alliance in Motion Global at the age of 19. He was a former sugarcane collector, and whilst he was in school, he had to be working to take care of his school fees and himself. Why? Because he had so poor a background that there was nobody who could take care of him. He also worked for some time in a printing press. Fast forward to now, he is one of the richest people you can get in the area where he is living now in the Philippines. This is just one of the numerous success stories of people who had poor background that have become fantastically rich through Alliance in Motion Global. So that's why I said that AIM Global has produced some of the most fantastic results. So fantastic that our distributor has been awarded as having the most inspiring success story in the whole of network marketing in the whole of Asia, which has about 3 billion plus people. Therefore, you are welcome to this wonderful world of Alliance in Motion Global. If you are poor, if your job is not giving you enough to take care of yourself and your family independent, if you have such a background and you want to become rich, to put it quite simply, if you want to become rich, even though you are poor now, then I welcome you to the wonderful world of Alliance in Motion Global. However, it is important to note that there are some prerequisites if you will be successful in AIM Global. So I'm going to share 7 of such prerequisites with you today. 7 of the things that you must examine yourself to determine if you have before you join AIM Global. Because if you don't have these requirements and you join AIM Global, you might not turn out the fantastic results that people like Mr. Riccardi has, which has won them awards. If you find out after this discussion that you do not have those prerequisites, there is still hope for you. Still don't worry, because I have good news for you at the end of the presentation. So if by the end of the presentation you realize you don't have the requirements I'm talking about, don't worry, stay with me, because I'll give you the good news of how you can still have hope in AIM Global, even though you may not have those prerequisites. Number 1, you must have the ability to submerge your ego. There are many people who join AIM Global who have had some successes in their previous fields of endeavors. Some have been successful businessmen before. Some have been successful professionals like nurses, lawyers, doctors, accountants, and the other professional groups. Some have also been successful in the corporate world. Some have risen from very low ranks to some of the highest ranks in their jobs and their employment. And so sometimes when they come into AIM Global, it is difficult for them to cope. And the reason is because they have an ego. Some of them are too proud. One of the key requirements of success in AIM Global is that you must be humble. Sometimes we've had stories of people who were invited into AIM Global by people who are subordinate to them in the workplace, people who they give instructions to in the workplace, people who they tell how to work in the workplace. And when they follow them into AIM Global, sometimes they still want to be bossing them. But you must know that network marketing is a new field for you. The person who brought you is more experienced than you. So even if he is your subordinate in the workplace, in AIM Global, you must be prepared to humble yourself, to take instructions from him, to follow whatever he tells you, and do whatever he tells you to do. If you are too proud, and you have too much of an ego, and you cannot humble yourself like that, then you cannot be successful in AIM Global. So you want to succeed in AIM Global, you must be able to put your ego and your pride away when you join AIM Global. Otherwise, you are not going to be ready to learn. And if you don't learn, you cannot earn. First, you must learn. Then after you learn, you take away the L. When you take away the L, it is left with N. So you must learn. Take away the L before you can earn. If you have an ego, if you are too proud, you cannot learn. If you cannot learn, you cannot earn in AIM Global. Number 2, you must have the willingness to do business in a whole new way. Network marketing, especially, is a different ball game altogether from traditional business and the traditional corporate world. In the traditional business or in the corporate world, sometimes you need some level of education experience to be successful. Many employers look out for people who already have experience to employ. In AIM Global, you don't need education, skills, or experience to join, because it is a different system altogether. So in order to survive, you must be ready to change your mindset. Change your mindset about working, change your mindset about business, and change the way you do things. If you are not ready to do that, you will not be successful in AIM Global. There are people who are too used to the work environment, having an office space within which you must stay from morning to evening with just 1 hour break, and other things that come with employment, because they have worked for a long time. So they are used to the employment environment that when they come into network marketing, they find it difficult to adjust. If you cannot adjust easily to the network marketing and the AIM Global system, you will not be successful. So you must be prepared to do business and do things in an entirely new way. If you are not prepared, if you are stuck to your comfort zone, if you don't want to change and you still want to do things the same old way, you cannot succeed in Alliance in Motion Global. Number 3, you must have the ability to keep your confidence and maintain your self-esteem in the face of peer pressure and challenges. Peer pressure in the form of your colleagues, your friends, and sometimes your relatives telling you that this thing will not work. It is a scam. They are criminals. They will swindle you. They will collapse very soon and you will lose your investment. You can never make money. The stories they tell you are false. The marketing plan they tell you about is not true. So you cannot succeed in AIM Global. Don't do it. Stop. Don't go there. There will be pressure from your friends and families about not entering into Alliance in Motion Global. Sometimes when you enter, they will still telling you, stop. Stop before it's too late. Stop before it's too late. If you cannot keep your confidence and your self-esteem, if you are somebody who is always ready to do what other people tell him, not what he believes is the thing he needs to do to be successful, but he is careful what people say. He wants people to be friends with them. He doesn't want people to be angry with them. So when people say anything, even if it is not good for them, they will follow. They will do it just because they want to make the people happy. You must not have that attitude if you are coming to be successful in AIM Global, because AIM Global will radically change your mindset, radically change the way you do things. And you must be somebody who can look in the face of people and say, I have heard your advice, but I am not going to take it. This is what I have to do because this is what I believe is going to give me success. You must have a thick skin to overcome rejection, objection, and discouragement that people will try to bring your way. If you cannot do that, then you cannot be successful in AIM Global. Number 4, you must be prepared to conduct your business with integrity. We hear a lot of stories of a lack of integrity in different industries, including network marketing. People are lying to others to get them to come and join. People are lying about the quality of their products and services, not just in network marketing, in general. People, especially in public institutions in some countries, are very corrupt. People will arrest you, but instead of allowing you to face the rigors of the law, they are prepared to take bribe from you in order for you to go free. A lot of people have problems, and those who are supposed to ensure justice take bribe from some of them and pervert justice in their favor against those who really are right. If you are like that and you want to be successful in AIM Global, then you must be prepared to put away all those issues with corruption and a lack of integrity. To be successful in AIM Global, you must have integrity. You must do the business with honesty and integrity. You must protect your integrity. If you have issues with integrity and you are not ready to put them away, you cannot be successful in AIM Global. Number 5, you must have good teaching skills. In network marketing, especially in AIM Global, you are going to tell people to change drastically and radically their mindset, their business, come and join you in an entirely new endeavor which they may not have experienced before. In order to be successful, you must be able to teach people, speak to them with a teaching skill such that you can get them to understand your opportunity, you can get them to understand the advantages of your products. In other words, get them to understand how your opportunity can change their lives, how your opportunity can better their lives, not just for themselves, but for their children and all their dependents. And to be successful in doing that, you must be somebody who can teach. So if you know you can't teach, you know you cannot explain to people to understand you, then maybe you might have to look away from Alliance in Motion, because if you cannot teach or you don't know how to explain things to people, you will not be successful in Alliance in Motion Global. Number 6, you must also have a quest or a desire for lifelong learning. The world is not static. The world keeps changing. Industries keep changing. Network marketing, when it came into being many years ago, is not the same as it is now. It has changed, it has evolved, and it keeps improving and getting better and changing all the time. New technologies, new applications, new social media applications, new online tools are changing the way the business is run day in, day out. So if you are somebody who cannot learn all the time, you cannot always be learning, you cannot be successful in Alliance in Motion Global. So you must have a desire for lifelong learning. And finally, you must have a desire to help others. You cannot help others, you are not interested in helping others, you cannot be successful in AIM Global. Now the good news, all these things can be learned. And we have a good learning system that will train and teach you to acquire all these things if you don't have them. So if you don't have them, no problem. Still join us. We will teach, help, train, coach, and mentor you so you can acquire these things to be successful. So if you don't have them, there's still hope for you. This is why I'm going to end the presentation. Thank you for your time and thank you for watching. Happy Business Day.